Dana Randall works as a pilot for Fullerton Airways, a small airline company in Queensland. The company provides essential air support to people living in remote areas and also offers services for visiting tourists. Dana is deeply committed to helping the local community, even if it means making financial sacrifices. One day, Dana chooses to transport a local resident's dog to the vet after it was bitten by a snake. She knows the dog will die without urgent medical attention. However, her decision upsets her father, Jeff, who co-runs the company with her. Jeff points out that they had to cancel a flight for high-paying tourists to make room for the dog. Jeff reminds Dana that the company is struggling financially. Their bills are piling up, and the cost of airplane parts keeps increasing. He tells her that focusing on paying clients is necessary to keep Fullerton Airways running. He urges her to prioritize tourists over free services for the local residents. Dana refuses to back down. She reminds Jeff that her late mother started Fullerton Airways with the purpose of providing remote air support to those in need. To her, helping the local community is the heart of the company's mission, even if it creates financial challenges. William Mitchell, a young professional working for ITCM Financial in London, is sent by his father, Duncan Mitchell, to Australia to shut down Fullerton Airways, a struggling family-run seaplane business. ITCM Financial had invested in the company years ago, but William's research shows that Fullerton Airways has been performing poorly. Their profits have been declining year after year, and Duncan sees no reason to keep the business afloat. William's task is clear. Visit Fullerton Airways, review their financial situation in person, and finalize plans to liquidate the company. The firm's assets, including planes, real estate, and aeronautical equipment, can be sold off to recover ITCM's investment. Duncan gives William 1 week to complete this assignment and return to the board meeting with his findings. This mission is critical for William to prove to his father that he's ready for more responsibility at ITCM Financial. Duncan also dangles a big reward in front of his son. If William handles the situation well, he'll be promoted to junior director. However, Duncan issues a stern warning: William must remain detached and avoid forming any emotional ties to the business or its people. Jeff Randall, the owner of Fullerton Airways, is skeptical about William's capabilities. He knows William was stronger in humanities than math during his school years and doubts his ability to manage a complex financial matter. However, William is determined to succeed, not just to impress his father but to prove his worth in the corporate world. Nikki, the mechanic at Fullerton Airways, often teases Dana about never making time to date. Nikki believes Dana should have a life outside work, but Dana always brushes it off, saying she's too busy. To Dana, keeping Fullerton Airways alive is more than just a job, it's fulfilling her late mother's dream and vision for the company. One morning, Jeff informs Dana and Nikki that a representative from ITCM Financial is coming to inspect the business. Dana isn't thrilled about the visit, but Jeff reminds her how important it is to make a good impression. He hopes this meeting will somehow buy them more time to save the company. Later that day, Dana is tasked with picking up William Mitchell from the ferry. Their first meeting is tense, as Dana's independent and straightforward attitude clashes with William's corporate, no-nonsense demeanor. Despite the rocky start, Jeff does his best to impress William when he arrives at the airfield. During their conversation, Dana passionately defends Fullerton's commitment to remote air support, explaining that it's the heart and soul of the company. Jeff tries to downplay the matter, knowing William is there to assess their financial viability. However, Dana doesn't hold back, insisting that their work goes beyond making money. William points out that the government subsidizes the cost of fuel for their remote flights, but even with that assistance, Fullerton Airways struggles to stay afloat. With only one operational plane, an aging Cessna 206 affectionately named Harriet, they don't have much room to turn a profit. Dana counters by stating that life isn't just about profits, it's about making a difference in people's lives. William listens but remains focused on his mission, quietly noting the financial hurdles Dana and Jeff are facing. For him, the numbers still don't add up. Dana takes William on a flight to a remote coastal community in far north Queensland to deliver essential parcels. These trips, which she makes every 2 weeks, are the only lifeline for the people there, as they'd otherwise be completely isolated. William is visibly uneasy during the flight. His claustrophobia makes the small, 52-year-old Cessna 206, Harriet, feel even more cramped. Despite his discomfort, he can't help but notice Dana's skill and confidence as a pilot. The next day, William asks to go over the financial records. However, Jeff, still preparing the reports, suggests that William accompany Dana on her rounds again. Jeff explains that this would give him time to finalize everything. Secretly, Jeff and Nikki hope that spending more time together might lead Dana and William to hit it off. During the flight, things take a dangerous turn when the engine cuts out midair. William panics, but Dana stays calm and manages to glide the plane down safely onto a nearby beach. After inspecting the engine, she discovers that the problem was caused by a faulty exhaust valve, which had been installed just a few days earlier. With her mechanical skills, Dana repairs the issue, and they're soon back in the air. The experience leaves William shaken but also impressed by Dana's resourcefulness and dedication. While he's still focused on his task of assessing the company for liquidation, he begins to see the importance of the work Dana is doing and the challenges she faces to keep the business alive. After the tense flight, Dana and William return to Fullerton for a much-needed break. While they're having drinks, Dana's ex-boyfriend Heath notices the growing chemistry between Dana and William. Heath and Nikki both encourage Dana to consider pursuing something with William, teasing her about how rare it is for her to connect with someone. That evening, Dana and William spend time together, walking across the tarmac under the stars. As they stargaze, they open up about their lives. Dana talks about how deeply connected her family is to the local community. She explains that running Fullerton Airways isn't just a job for her, it's her purpose in life. By serving the people in the area, she feels closer to her late mother, whose dream was to make life better for those in remote places. William listens intently, realizing how much the business means to her, not just as a company but as a legacy. On the third day, instead of working on the financial records, William once again joins Dana on her rounds, helping her deliver supplies and connect with the community. This only frustrates Duncan further, who calls to chastise William for wasting time. During their conversation, William tries to convince his father that ITCM was wrong to target Fullerton Airways for liquidation. He explains that while the business may not be profitable, its value lies in the critical services it provides to the community. Unbeknownst to William, Nikki overhears the call. She informs Dana, who assumes the worst and angrily confronts William. She accuses him of trying to shut down her family's business and betraying her trust. William tries to explain himself, but Dana, hurt and furious, refuses to listen. Nikki tries to calm her down, encouraging her to hear William's side, but Dana storms off. Before the situation can be resolved, the team receives news of an impending cyclone heading straight for the region. The storm threatens to isolate the very communities Fullerton Airways serves, leaving Dana and William with no choice but to put their differences aside and prepare for the emergency ahead. As the cyclone rages closer, Dana and William set out to find Jeff, who had gone missing while trying to help others find safety. They discover him injured but alive, having been caught in the chaos of the storm. With William's help, Dana manages to get Jeff back to the hangar, where Nikki treats his wounds as best she can. Despite the tense situation, Dana continues to accuse William of betraying her and her family. Frustrated but determined, William finally explains that he has no intention of shutting down Fullerton Airways. He reveals his plan to support the airline and fight for its survival when he returns to ITCM Financial. He admits that his growing feelings for Dana and his respect for the work her family does have changed his perspective. The four of them, Dana, Jeff, Nikki, and William, hunker down in the hangar's storage room to ride out the storm. As the wind howls outside, William reassures them that he's on their side and will do everything in his power to save the company. The next morning, the cyclone passes, leaving the region battered but intact. Dana wastes no time, and with William's help, they load Harriet with emergency supplies to deliver to the affected remote communities. Working side by side all day, Dana sees firsthand how much William is willing to help and begins to soften toward him. By nightfall, as they close up the hangar, Dana has made peace with him, her trust slowly rebuilding. However, their relief is short-lived. Just as they finish for the day, Jeff receives an email from ITCM Financial. The message is blunt: Fullerton Airways is to be shut down immediately. The news hits everyone hard, and the weight of what they might lose hangs heavy in the air. William, shaken but resolute, assures Dana that this isn't over. He'll fight for them, no matter what it takes. Back in London, William faces the ITCM Financial Board but struggles to sway them. Despite his heartfelt argument that Fullerton Airways is more than a failing business, it's a lifeline for an entire community, the board dismisses his concerns. Duncan, unmoved, insists that shutting down the company is the right financial decision. Meanwhile, Dana arrives in London unannounced, determined to fight for her family's legacy. She barges into the boardroom with a detailed plan to revamp and expand Fullerton Airways. Her proposal includes new revenue streams, a partnership with the government to support remote air services, and updated equipment to improve efficiency. Dana passionately defends the importance of the airline, emphasizing its role in saving lives and connecting isolated communities. Despite her compelling case, Duncan remains skeptical and rejects the proposal outright. Frustrated and inspired by Dana's tenacity, William makes a bold decision. He resigns from ITCM Financial, publicly stating that he believes in Dana's vision and refuses to be part of the company's decision to destroy something so vital. Turning to Dana, William offers to help her rebuild and expand Fullerton Airways. Touched by his gesture, Dana accepts his support, and the two leave the boardroom together, ready to take on the challenge ahead. With William's expertise in business and Dana's passion for the mission, they secure the backing of ITCM Financial under revised terms. Fullerton Airways undergoes a transformation, expanding its fleet, upgrading its facilities, and adopting a more professional look. The company becomes a shining example of how community-focused enterprises can thrive with the right support. In the final scene, Fullerton Airways is thriving, its planes busy serving both tourists and remote communities. William is happily installed at the company, working alongside Dana, who has become his partner in life as well as in business. The two share a quiet moment, reflecting on how far they've come together, grateful for the love and purpose they've found in each other and in Fullerton Airways. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.